So hello and welcome one and all on a night which is anything but welcoming. The rain is tumbling down here, you can see it against the floodlights. It gives an added sense of drama to a game which was already in itself deemed dramatic. The conditions here will play a substantial part. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And we're ready now for the anthems. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm?
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
So off we go then. Eustachio, Buchanan, now Eustachio, and he's been shifted off it. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Aimed beyond the defence. Sitole. Chance here to counter. Tries to pass it through. Takes a shot! Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, sweet feet. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
David clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
He has found a way through. Kone. That's an imaginative pass. And that has been cut short. Oh, they can break here. Foster. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Eustachio. Oh, that's well spotted. Plays a sharp little ball. Chance for a shot! Goal! And South Africa take the lead. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
South Africa are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. And it's Buchanan. Kone. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Played out to the left flank. He's in plenty of space here. And he's managed to get free. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And he's only too happy to take that back. Knocks it out wide.
Canada really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
So what can they make of this? Now it's Larine, Kone.
David really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
He'll try from distance! Oh, cracking effort.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Kone. Done delicately. Well, there's the clearance. And they're quick to get it back. And it's Eustáquio. Nice sequence of passes, this.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's Kone. Now it's Larine. Oh, good finish. They have come roaring back.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
We're looking at a different game now.
Canada really will be annoyed. They failed to make anything of their lead, and it's so typical that this happens.
Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Well read, and the danger is averted. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Quality ball. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Oh, played right into his path. Foster! And he hits the net. Into the lead once more. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
South Africa have their lead. Davis. Davis. Now Eustáquio. Buchanan. It's a promising position, and that should get the job done. Foster. Now that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. David.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Sitole. Now it's Larin. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? And it's Kone. Buchanan. And here's the chance to counter. Great ball if he can get there. Well timed, excellent interception. Buchanan. Laiea. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Kone with the foul. Could be danger here. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Laiea. Can he spark a counter here? Foster. He shifted it to the flank.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo reglamentario.
Buchanan. Great vision. David. There's the delivery. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Y aquí están. Den la bienvenida a los jugadores.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. South Africa come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change. There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And no, that was never going to make it.
Well, Peter, he's looking particularly sharp.
And certainly on the hunt for his personal treble.
Yeah, and I certainly wouldn't go against that, although he may keep an eye on the bench for fear of being taken off.
And the shot! And that's a tidy finish. What remarkable powers of recovery.
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So again, we have parity.
Well, that certainly raised the temperature in here, and both sides are looking to up their game accordingly.
Sitole. Sitole. Very nicely done. Oh, good take and a good air. And a chance! He's gone for goal! Oh, the ball's run. Oh, what has happened here?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Sitole. Steaming. Goes for a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
South Africa with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Shoots! And that's in! And again they hit the front. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
South Africa with the lead. Larin threads one in. South Africa have a free kick. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Quarter of an hour into the second half.
Canada really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Ambitious ball here. Now it's Larin. Delivered a shot at goal! Oh, it's come off the upright.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And the finish! And for a moment, time stood still.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
It's a pretty loose pass. Knocks it into space. And he cuts out the supply. South Africa do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Eustachio. Sitole. He's picked his way through. Lovely feet. Ball in towards the middle. And he's there to clear it. Larin. Sitole. Buchanan, given the lift of his goal. David. Now, what about a counter-attack? And he was quick to react. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Oh, that's nice. And that has left him in a heap. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. There could be trouble here. He's in! Big chance! It's a goal! And this is getting better and better. A horrible blip. A moment they could well have done without.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Canada choosing to make the first change. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, no joy this time. Foster, under intense pressure.
Oh, look, Peter, this has been a textbook illustration of how not to defend, and finally, they've decided to single him out.
Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Nicely weighted ball. Sitole. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Buchanan. And that was very necessary. Buchanan really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Eustachio. Sitole. Foster. Showing great feet there. He's having a hit! It's anyone's ball now. And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
It's their second corner of the game. They've played it short. No way through. Chance! Great effort, but no way through. So, third corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Opts to play it back. He's having a pop! Nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, we can't fault him for the attempt, although it might have been a case of momentary tunnel vision then.
Tries to play it through. Now the cross. And that should get the job done. They get a throw in. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
Sitole. Time added on will be 2 minutes.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now this could be a chance.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Oh, just skips past. Can he finish? And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
And that will be the final act. South Africa, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now. Foster collecting the match ball, and it is his. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. So hello and welcome one and all from what I can only describe as footballing utopia. The weather is perfect, the fans are in great voice, and the players are all set to get started. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Everybody standing for the national anthem of the Netherlands. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
There's the whistle. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Engages and forces him off the ball. It's a really well-measured ball. Riyad. And it's Hakimi. El Kanous. Amrabat. And he's quick to return it. And he's decided to go for it. Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now it's Somerville. Gets a good foot in there. Unahi. And he's managed to get free. Aimed beyond the defence. And it's El Kanous. Hakimi gets into a good position. Gravenberg. De Jong. And it's Gravenberg. Showing great feet there. Now it's Gravenberg. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Unahi takes a shot. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Unahi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And it's El Ainawi. Gravenberg. Reinders. Gravenberg. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Cambio en Países Bajos. Número 18. Número 6. Entran. Número 10. Número 5.
Bunu claims it. Safe hands. Riyad. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Oh, terrible pass. Threads one in. Shoots! And that should get the job done.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Great vision. Chance here to counter. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Hakimi. El Kanous. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. And it's El Ainawi.
Oh, really well played.
Amrabat. Chance for a shot! Goal! Morocco! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Unahi.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Unahi. And the two sides separated by the games. Unahi! Great effort, but no way through. Unahi. He's going for goal! Oh, split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
They've played it short. And it's Hakimi. He'll try from distance! And that is doing no harm at all.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Ake. Now Dumfries. Played back into the centre. Reinders. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Diop. And it's Amrabat. And the pass is intercepted. Oh, easy pickings there. Al-Kanous. Can he get on the end of this? Lovely feet. Looking for options for movement. Hakimi plays it in. Big chance! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
De Jong. Van de Ven. And Gravenberg. Goes looking wide. Pass is just off target. Riyad. Hakimi. Plays a sharp little ball here. Unahi. Brahim Diaz. Morocco looking to go into the break. Oh, he's having a go! And the ball's come loose. Oh, what has happened here? Ake tried, struck first time. Oh, well hit, very well hit actually. Gakpo. And they win it back again. Gravenberg. Reinders. And it's Memphis Depay. And it's Reinders. And here's Gakpo. De Jong. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Dumfries. And Reinders. Now it's Memphis Depay.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Amrabat. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Unahi. Now it's Al-Ainawi. No outsmarting him this time. Verbruggen clears.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo reglamentario.
Amrabat. Good ball, good take. Reinders. And it's De Jong. He's in plenty of space here. Hakimi gets over and intercepts. Amrabat. And we've reached half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum. and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Morocco just ahead here in a tight game. They are 1-0 to the good.
Y aquí están. Den la bienvenida a los jugadores.
And we get things going again.
The Netherlands can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
He's having a hit! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Hakimi turns back here, probably the best option. Al-Kanous. And it's Amrabat. And Unahi. And he's chosen to go back. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Somerville receives it in a wide position. Hakimi. Riyad. And it's Hakimi. And Unahi. El-Kanous. Gravenberg gets across to intercept that. Van Dijk. Van de Ven. Reinders. Now it's Gakpo. Now it's Reinders. Diop did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Hakimi. And it's El-Kanous. And it's Hakimi. And El-Kanous. Unahi. And he's in on goal. Now this could be a chance. There's the shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. De Jong. The Netherlands still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. And that has put paid to that. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And he's picked it up out wide.
The Netherlands clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
De Jong.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. Now it's El-Kanous. And he's had it nicked away. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Memphis Depay. Nicely spread. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
The Netherlands are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change. Dumfries.
The Netherlands perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Now Van de Ven. Gakpo. Van de Ven. Now Gakpo. And here's Reinders. And here's Gakpo. Knocks it into space. Picked out brilliantly. Chance!
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
It's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
Bunu getting this one clear. Unahi. And it's Mazraoui. Brahim Diaz, who's set up one goal so far.
Might want to be careful there.
A probing pass. Mazraoui made a surge from fullback, as it turned out unsuccessfully. And he's definitely onside. And the shot! Mazraoui attempts a clearance. Gravenberg tries one from range. Fantastic from De Jong. That is a gem, an absolute gem. There seemed no way back, but they are level. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Se está realizando un cambio.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Now it's Memphis Depay. That's beautifully weighted. And he's got the beating of it. It's Memphis Depay! And that's a real chance missed.
Memphis Depay fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
Amrabat. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Tries to pass it through. Somerville picks it up out wide. And that is headed for the middle.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
He has found a way through. Oh, that's nice. Now the delivery. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Searching pass he's played there. Well timed, excellent interception. Amrabat. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Really fierce, close defending. De Jong. Spread it left. Now it's Gakpo. Now it's Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay going forward. Cross flung. Memphis Depay! Oh, that was no routine save.
Memphis Depay is offering a wry smile there.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And he's there to retrieve it. Hakimi.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
That's a lovely, neat pass.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo reglamentario.
Gravenberg. 1 minute to add, according to the board. Oh, that pass isn't the best. El Ainaoui. Steaming on, takes a shot! Incredible! Just incredible! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence.
And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven, And whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
The Netherlands just may have felt a little extra pressure in front of their own fans that caused a nervousness and tension.
So we've reached the end of our coverage for today. Many thanks to Jim Beglin alongside me, and we'll both see you next time.
Señoras y señores, por favor eviten estacionar alrededor del estadio. Gracias por su cooperación.